One Piece chapter 1090. Live reaction. Zoro. We have Captain Kuro. Captain Kuro, underrated One Piece character from early East Blue Arc saga. The OGs know. I think Captain Kuro was maybe the best villain of East Blue. I didn't think Arlong was that good of a villain because pretty much Arlong's beef was that he hated white people. He's basically Dr. Umar One Piece. He was doing Nami dirty, but Nami was doing mad people dirty, so Nami deserved to get done dirty. Already off press, we got my son Luffy pressing the girls, pressing them. Hello, Kizaru in the building. What's this I'm hearing? News, big news. Morgan spreading nothing but propaganda. What, Luffy son? Bro, my son Luffy be shaking, be making waves. He be shaking and moving. If you count the injured ones, then our number is. Don't say anything, Luffy. Yeah, Luffy dumbass giving up mad, giving the drop. He just giving him the drop. A woman's voice, is that Nico Robin? You know the government's always on Robin. God damn, let Robin breathe. Oh yeah, that is Robin. I thought Robin wasn't there last time. But Robin, being smart, at least somebody's smart. We have to protect 3 things. First, the physical safety of York. Secondly, the punk records, which constitute Vegapunk's brain. And finally, the power plant needed to produce the Mother's Flame. Alright, so the Gorosei, I can't believe they're actually protecting York. Like, they're actually making that a priority, like the number 1 priority of that. I don't think it's the number 1 priority, but I think they're just listing it. I don't think this is an order of importance. Everything else can be lost except for those. Dang, they really are giving York some like high priority. Humans are no different from insects. Even if their numbers reduce, they will simply multiply again. So like, what does the Gorosei like? I mean, just with the recent chapters and like seeing them turn into that stuff last time with Eam, like I'm really starting to get the vibe that the Gorosei just aren't even human. Like they're just some entity or spirit, probably akin to like in Naruto they have Black Zetsu. They kind of give me Black Zetsu vibes. Are your wounds feeling better now, Robin? Why is she hurt? Who did she fight? How did Robin get hurt? We need a flashback. How did Robin get hurt? Yes. What are you whispering over there, Lucci? Nothing. Just talking to myself. Lucci, you plotting, bro. I don't trust you, bro. I don't trust Lucci. Trust Lucci. He probably giving the drop to the Gorosei. He probably still staying in the Gorosei's good graces. You know Lucci's sus, bro. Lucci's been sus. Oh, so they got the Seraphim trap. It's amazing. I think it's really interesting that the Seraphim have the same weaknesses as Devil Fruit users. Thank you for undoing the perfectification on us. That's strange. I don't remember programming her to act like that. Hancock. Dang, yo. Yo, Hancock's lust knows no end, bro. She really on Luffy bad, because like the fact that her love for Luffy goes through her genetics is crazy. Like, these are my comrades. You have to undo your powers on them. Please, you're the one that can save them. Okay, I will undo it. So please stop staring at me in my eyes directly. Like, dang, even the android boas on Luffy bad. She's a perfect copy of Hancock. She looks down on everybody else except Luffy. It's funny to know that the Seraphim based on her has the same emotions towards Luffy. Very interesting. So these emotions are considered to be one of the pieces of information transferred through the lineage factor during the cloning process. The log post is not pointing to a new destination yet, but I still think we can follow the other directions recorded in Wano. One of them is pointing northeast from here. Ah yes, that's where Elbaf is. Elbaf? We're finally going there. We've been dreaming of going there ever since the Island of the Giants. Oh, we got Elbaf incoming. You know it's about to be lit. You know Elbaf is going crazy. That's the next big arc. Probably like the final, like One Piece related arc. Like probably after that it's gonna be all like Final War stuff and like wrapping up the series stuff. So Elbaf is probably like the final big like island arc that we get. That's like, not wrapping up the story. No problem at all. The Sunny can take over just before it completely leaves the field area. Yo, Frankie looks mad cool. Cyborg Frankie. This like Frankie should be getting more stuff this arc, because this is like, I feel like Vegapunk is like, Frankie should be like a good mentor for Frankie or Usopp. Like one of them should be getting. Well, Usopp's gonna get a lot of development probably in Elbath, but Frankie should be getting some development right now. Like maybe even like a power up or something. York laid up like this, bruh, just in her glow, like straight sociopathic grin, chilling. In that case, hey, we're not going for a picnic, you know. I'll definitely miss the food here. Yeah, I wonder if the Vegapunks are gonna be with us until like the end of the story. Because I mean, like, where are they gonna go? Like maybe Luffy brings the Vegapunks to Dragon, or like what is the like where do the Vegapunks go from here? Because like it's like they're definitely going to Elbath, so that's interesting. And there's a lot of cool. I like the Vegapunks. Same here. Good, we won't be annoyed by your crying anymore like last night. I wasn't crying. I like that we getting some Bonnie too. Like I feel like that's the final supernova that we haven't really like gotten much from. Is Bonnie and Rouge, whatever. Rob Lucci has made contact. I knew Rob Lucci was snitching, bro. I knew he was snitching. We know what's happening. Straw Hat was talking aggressively to deceive us, in that believing he has control over the whole situation. Right. But can't you go through it since you're a light man? It might be possible, but the one Vegapunk stationed at the guard of the dome is a friend of mine. I can't ignore a man who's determined to fight for his duty. Doing that will also go against my ideals. My ideals? Yo, Barcelona or Kizaru? I'm really interested. Like, I wanted some more from him because I feel like out of all like the main admirals that we started with, he's the one that we have like the least information about. And you know, in a lot of ways, he's the most interesting. Yatanogami. Bro, okay. Dang, Senamaru's really fighting against Kizaru. That's really crazy. Hey, someone very strong is coming. Oh, Kizaru incoming, yo. Next chapter, we getting Luffy versus Kizaru. We're getting one of the Straw Hats versus Kizaru. I feel like Sanji and Zoro have been quiet, so I could see either one of them fighting him. But like Luffy, like I definitely want to see Gear 5 Luffy versus Kizaru. Like, but like honestly, when I really think about it, like Kizaru versus Gear 5 Luffy, like Luffy caught lightning, so it's like, what is Kizaru gonna do to Luffy? Like, I don't think, unless, I mean, obviously he's an admiral, so he's probably got like crazy hockey, but we already seen like Luffy can grab lightning and turn it into rubber, so like, I think the light thing really isn't a problem for Luffy. So like, it'd be an interesting fight, but I think I'd rather see like Sanji or Zoro versus Kizaru right now. Mainly Sanji. Like, I think that'd be a good fight for Sanji. I feel like everybody wants to see Sanji versus Kizaru, or at least a clash or something. Like, but yeah, that's the chapter. Like, it's a pretty good chapter. Like, it's interesting. You know, the Vegapunk stuff is getting interesting. We're heading to Elbath. We got that interesting piece with the Gorosei saying humans, no matter what, humans always, they're like insects. They always multiply, which is interesting because it's like, it's just more. It's more information with the Gorosei distancing themselves from regular people and humans. So it's like, I'm interested to see what the Gorosei are and like if they're even human. Like the Gorosei and Im, like what is that entity? Like I'm calling right now that it's like some type of like Black Zetsu type thing, like some entity other than human that we get. We got York being a scumbag. York's always gonna be a scumbag. We got Kizaru versus Sentomaru. It's really just a one shot. He really one shotted him. Like, you know, that's just a quick off screen one shot, blasted right through him. We're getting a lot of stuff with these chapters with the Marines fighting each other, and you know, I feel like that's gonna be a big focus for the rest of the story, is like Marines versus Marines. We got Rob Lucci snitching, being a snitch because he can't beat Luffy. He's weak. I don't even know why they brought him back, just to reduce him to a snitch. Like, Rob Lucci used to be cool, and now he's being kind of flays. We got the lineage factor with Boa and Luffy carrying over. So if the loyalty to Luffy from Boa is carrying over, why doesn't the loyalty from Jinbei to Luffy carry over in S Shark? That's interesting to try to figure out. And then even Kuma Seraphim with Bonnie, like that's his daughter, and Vegapunk is his friend. That doesn't make sense. Maybe because it's like more of an emotion, but I mean, I would imagine Kuma loves his daughter, and like Jinbei at least respects Luffy. So if Boa's love for Luffy gets carried on through the lineage factor, why doesn't Jinbei's loyalty get carried over? Maybe it's an inconsistency in the writing. Like maybe we'll find out later. But like overall, this is a good chapter. Like decent transition chapter. It's like taking us from all those, like we had so many weeks of just back to back craziness happening. Like we need to get through this arc. I wish we would get like a flashback from like how we got to this point, because while we were going through the whole Garp versus Aokiji stuff and the Reverie flashback, we kind of skipped through how we got to this point. Like, how did Robin get hurt? Like, why is my girl Robin bandaged up? Like, who did that to her, bro? And Luffy, why ain't you getting no get back? Like, I need answers. Also, I would like to see Frankie and Vegapunk do something, like some development for Frankie, like at least on the ship, because they're probably gonna get off the island. But like, this is like, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity missed for Frankie to get like a power up that he's gonna need for the end of the story, because Frankie doesn't use any hockey or nothing. He just uses his technology, so he's gonna need like those power ups moving on if they're gonna compete towards like end of saga stuff. But yeah, good chapter. That's it. Out. See you next week. You know the vibes.